Something unusual is happening inside Apple right now. And if this leak is as real as it looks, someone deep in Cupertino is probably having a very bad week. A major internal software discovery has quietly exposed Apple's future Mac roadmap, and it was never supposed to. While Apple is publicly telling investors and the media to expect no new Macs for the rest of 2025, its own internal code is telling a very different story. Hidden deep inside unreleased Apple operating system builds are direct references to upcoming Mac hardware, including the next-generation Mac Mini, and not just one version, but multiple variants. This isn't supply chain gossip or analyst speculation. This is Apple accidentally name-dropping its own unreleased products inside internal software builds. And that's what makes this leak so significant. According to multiple reports, an Apple prototype device running an early internal OS build was privately sold. That software made its way to trusted Apple leak trackers, who combed through the code line by line. Buried inside was a list of unreleased Apple hardware identifiers, real machines that do not yet exist in the public lineup. Among them were two clear identifiers for the next Mac Mini, strongly suggesting both a standard M5 model and a higher-end M5 Pro version. These identifiers align perfectly with Apple's internal naming patterns and, importantly, they also match previous reports from reliable Apple analysts. In other words, this leak doesn't create a new rumor, it confirms an existing one using Apple's own internal software. So yes, the M5 Mac Mini is real. Apple is actively developing it, and it's far enough along to already appear across multiple operating systems inside Apple's ecosystem. So why hasn't Apple announced it? Here's where things get interesting. Despite this clear evidence, Apple is still signaling that there will be no new Mac hardware in 2025. And technically, that may be true. But all signs point to a major desktop refresh in mid-2026, likely centered around WWDC. Reports suggest Apple is lining up updates for the Mac Mini, Mac Studio, and possibly the iMac, all powered by next-generation Apple Silicon. These Macs are reportedly being tested with later versions of macOS that traditionally launch around June, which fits Apple's historical release pattern perfectly. So why delay the Mac Mini? The most likely answer isn't the Mac Mini itself, it's the M5 Pro, Max, and Ultra chips. Apple is rumored to be making deeper architectural changes to its high-end silicon, and those changes take time. Apple prefers launching its desktop lineup together, rather than creating an awkward gap where entry-level Macs are on newer chips than Pro machines. As for upgrades, the M5 Mac Mini is expected to be a spec refresh, not a redesign. Same compact aluminum chassis, same port layout, but with meaningful internal gains. The M5 chip is expected to deliver around a 15% CPU improvement, a more capable GPU with enhanced ray tracing, faster AI workloads thanks to an upgraded neural engine, and improved memory bandwidth. And yes, multiple reports suggest 512 GB of base storage, which would be a huge quality of life upgrade. So should you buy a Mac Mini right now? If you need one today, the M4 Mac Mini is still an excellent value, especially with discounts already appearing. For most everyday users, the performance jump to M5 won't be night and day. But if you want the latest silicon and don't mind waiting, the M5 Mac Mini is shaping up to be Apple's most refined compact desktop yet. Bottom line, the M5 Mac Mini is real. Apple's own internal code confirms it. Expect both base and Pro variants, but don't expect them before 2026. Now I want to know, would you wait for the M5, or grab a discounted M4 and call it a day? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more Apple leaks as we get closer to Apple's 2026 desktop refresh.